Hey everybody, NCWQ here. Today is 1/13/2025 and there has been a 6.8 earthquake in Kyushu, Japan. It was 36 kilometers deep, and we're going to go and look at this on Google Earth. So let's get this into Google Earth here. And go look at this area where this earthquake has occurred. So first we can note that this is a divergent boundary. So this was closer towards land. So let's see if there was any information on this earthquake. Whoops. Alright, so what we can find out so far is that there was an earthquake and it triggered a temporary tsunami alert. Japan issued a tsunami advisory after a magnitude 6.7 earthquake struck the southwest of the country. Country's meteorological agency said Monday. The public warnings to stay away from the coastal areas were later lifted. The agency initially gave the magnitude of an estimated 6.9, but later revised it down. There were no immediate reports of damage. Residents in some coastal areas were told to evacuate as a precautionary measure. One man was slightly injured in Kyushu after falling down some stairs. Trains stopped running in Miyazaki Station, stranding passengers. NHK said in a statement, a tsunami estimated to be as high as 3.2 feet reached land within 30 minutes of the quake. The waters detected at Miyazaki port measured 8 inches high. Tsunami advisories were issued for Miyazaki Prefecture, where the quake was centered, and in the southwestern islands of Kyushu, as well as nearby Kochi Prefecture and Shikoku Island. Shortly after the quake struck at 9:19 p.m., according to the agency, they were all called off shortly before midnight. The U.S. Geological Survey revised its estimate down from 6.9, adding that there is no tsunami threat from this earthquake for the United States. The JMS nevertheless urged the public to stay away from the coastal waters. Tsunami can strike repeatedly. Please do not enter the sea or go near coastal areas, the agency said on social media. Agency official Shigaki Okui told reporters that the people should watch for landslides as well as falling objects in homes. Aftershocks are possible, especially in the next 2 to 3 days. The quake centered at a depth of 18.6 miles, shook a wide area of Kyushu, the southern main island, Japan's meteorological agency said. NIK TV footage showed moving traffic in well-lit streets, meaning that electric power was still working. No problems were detected at the various monitoring ports for nuclear plants in the area. Japan is frequently hit by earthquakes due to its location along the Ring of Fire and arc of volcanoes and fault lines in the Pacific Basin. Experts at the Meteorological Agency met later Monday to gauge how the latest trembler may be related to the so-called Nankai Trough quakes, but decided not to take any extraordinary measures for the time being. The term refers to a wide region believed to be prone to periodic major earthquakes. A Nankai Trough quake off Shikoku in 1946 killed more than 1,300 people. Last August, a powerful earthquake struck off southern Japan, causing mostly minor injuries but raising the level of concern over possible major quakes stemming from an undersea trough east of the coast. An earthquake on January 1st, 2024 in Japan's north-central region of Noto left more than 200 people dead. Japan has strict construction regulations intended to ensure buildings can withstand strong earthquakes, and routinely holds emergency drills to prepare for a major jolt. But the country is also haunted by the memory of a massive 9.0 magnitude undersea quake off northeastern Japan in March of 2011, which triggered a tsunami that left around 18,500 people dead or missing. The 2011 tsunami also sent 3 reactors into meltdown at the Fukushima nuclear power plant, causing Japan's worst post-war disaster and the most serious nuclear accident since Chernobyl. In March of 2022, a 7.4 magnitude quake off the coast of Fukushima shook large areas of the eastern Japan, killing 3 people. The capital, Tokyo, was devastated by a huge earthquake just over a century ago in 1923. So I'm looking to see if I can find some more information regarding this earthquake. This was 4 hours ago. Japan issued a tsunami advisory after 6.8 magnitude earthquake. Following an earthquake, the Japan Meteorological Agency warned of possible tsunami waves of up to 1 meter or 3 feet and urged the public to stay away from coastal waters. The quake struck at a depth of 36 kilometers, around 18 kilometers off the coast of Miyazaki Prefecture in Kyushu region around 2119, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. So, this area is sitting on top of 4 major tectonic plates along the western edge of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Japan is one of the world's most tectonically active countries. The archipelago, home to 125 million people, experiences around 1,500 jolts every year and accounts for around 18% of the world's earthquakes. The vast majority are mild, although the damage they cause varies according to their location and depth below the Earth's surface at which they strike. On New Year's Day 2024, a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck the Noto Peninsula, killing nearly 470 people in Japan's biggest jolt in over a decade, many of them elderly residents in the aftermath. Now that was New Year's Day 2024. Last August, the JMA warned that the likelihood of a megaquake was higher than normal following a magnitude 7.1 jolt that injured 15 people. The advisory concerning the Nankai Trough, 800 kilometers or 500-mile undersea gully parallel to Japan's Pacific coast between 2 tectonic plates. The advisory was lifted. I'm believing this is the area that they're talking about, which is the trough. I don't have, this is a seamount to a ridge. This is the Kumano Ridge. But I'm believing that this is the trough area that they're talking about here. And I don't have it listed on here. Let me see, sometimes I'll have the earthquake itself listed. But I do not seem to have it listed on here right now. Okay, so the JMA said Monday that it was probing possible links between the latest quakes. Japan has strict construction regulations intended to ensure buildings can withstand strong earthquakes, and routinely holds emergency drills to prepare for a major jolt. But the country is haunted, as you remember, by the 9.0 magnitude undersea quake off to northeastern Japan in March of 2011. That one triggered a tsunami and left about 18,500 people dead or missing. The 2011 tsunami also sent 3 reactors into meltdown at the Fukushima power plant. And in March of 2022, a 7.4 magnitude quake struck off the coast of Fukushima, shook large areas of eastern Japan, and killed 3 people. The capital, Tokyo, was devastated by a huge earthquake just over a century ago in 1923. Okay, so as we're looking at this area here, we can see this area here, and this leads down to the divergent boundary. This here is a continental rift boundary. So those two lead down to the subduction zone, also known as the Eurasian convergent boundary. Okay, you guys, so that was a bit of an update. I hope y'all are doing well today. Please be safe, take good care of each other and yourselves, and if you'd like to help on my fundraisers, listed below the video. Remember to tell somebody that you love them. Tomorrow is not promised, and make each day an adventure. Much love.